Have you, any of you have heard Baba getting angry? Because Baba's nature was very compassionate. He was full of love and always forgiving. He never became angry, but we have seen him getting displeased. And Baba's nature was such that even if he gets displeased, he will immediately change his shift over his mood to a better field, I would say. And that won't last for long. Baba's displeasure will not last for long, but I have never seen Baba angry. There were two occasions when I had seen Baba angry. Two occasions. I will be able to tell you those two occasions, which are those. One was when we had visited Mehrabad, and from Mehrabad we were supposed to go to Merazad. We had hired a bus from Pune, and we had hired a station wagon, and then from that station wagon had given us little trouble. And then from Nagar, a bus was hired for us, and we all proceeded to Merazad. When in Merazad, there was a singing program, bhajan program, and Baba's car proceeded further ahead. It reached there. Immediately we followed, and we also reached there. But some people were expected in the truck, which was owned by Bhagirath Tiwari. Bhagirath Tiwari is the owner of the truck, and some people were expected to travel by the truck. Now that was getting delayed. The truck was getting delayed, and Baba was getting uneasy because Baba was very particular about the time, and he was seemed little upset because of the delay that was caused because the truck had some problem, I think, on the way. And Baba says in a displeased mood that I have told this Bhagirath that whenever you use your truck for my purpose, you should check it before you put it for my service. I don't want all this delay and all this. And Baba was displeased with Bhagirath, but by the time that truck could arrive in the open space just in front of the hall, Mandali Hall in Merazad, we were all standing around, and Baba was there was a space for Baba, and Baba was moving there with his mood disturbed or mood. He He was not in a good mood. He had lost his temper, and then he was moving in that space to and fro. And we are all standing without uttering a word because Baba's mood was not good. And he was all the time saying that these Bhagirath, they are so very careless as regard my work is concerned. They should take 3 times, 4 times, they should take care for to be in a time. And because of the delay, I cannot tolerate this. And in that mood, a person, a professor from Nagpur, I think, he was a whimsical person. He was a professor, but he was a whimsical person. He said something nonsense. And he thought that it will create a sort of a humor. But then Baba got so very angry with him, and he could sense that Baba has become angry now, and he was trying to hide himself behind some people. And Baba straightway asks him, come ahead, come ahead. Then very reluctantly he comes with fear, he comes and stands before Baba. And Baba says to him, I am so very angry with you. I am so very angry with you that I forgive you. I am so very angry with you that I forgive you. It shows that Baba's anger is something which may cause much damage to the person. That is why Baba never used to get angry. He would get displeased, but not angry. And in that displeasure, he will immediately change his mood. Whatever may have happened, whatever may be the fault of a person, Baba will not get angry, he will get displeased. And there is a difference between getting angry and getting displeased. One such another incident which I would like to quote is, once we had gone to Guruprasad in the morning. As you know that Baba, whenever he is in Guruprasad, we were allowed, the Bhajan Mandali group, young group of the Bhajan Mandali, Poona Bhajan Mandali, we were allowed to go there and sit with Baba practically the whole day. If it is a holiday, we will be spending the whole time with Baba. And of course, on office days or on school days, we are not allowed to go there. Rather to say, Baba never allowed, Baba never liked us to neglect our studies or neglect our job. That has always been with Baba. If at all we come some out time, Baba will first question, he will ask, what about your office? Have you not gone to office or have you not gone to your classes? That was the first question we Baba would ask. So that morning when I had gone there, other people were also there, but I had gone there and other people, they not all had come. Only this Mandali members were there, and Araj was sitting right in front of Baba. And Baba was fuming with anger. One such a situation, one cannot even look at Baba. One cannot dare looking at Baba. Baba, when he gets angry, it will be just very difficult to look even at his in his eyes. And Baba was so very angry. He was the cause for his anger had disappeared. Now and it had all happened. But then, even then, that anger in Baba's mind, was still lingering thereon, and which could be felt by the people present there. Especially, I could not dare even look at Baba. Only after other people started coming, I very quietly asked Iraj, what has happened to Baba? Why he got so very upset and so very angry? And Iraj told me the reason, which was a really very serious reason. There was one person, a saintly personality. His moments with Baba was very often. He used to be with Baba in Baba's Merazad or Mehrabad. Whenever Baba would be walking in the fields or walking here and there, that person will be there always. If Baba is sitting amongst a group of people, this person will also be there. And Baba had given some instructions. Especially, Baba was much concerned about the character of the people who claim themselves to be saintly personality. And this man was given certain instructions to remain away from relations with ladies. He had one lady one may call as a secretary, or whatever position one may have. Think about her. She was always there with that person, and Baba warned him. Baba had warned him not to be very close to that lady. But then the thing developed in such a way that the lady they had a sexual contact, and then she was conceiving, and that person, in order to shift the responsibility of taking care on Baba, he had brought that lady and instructed that lady, you catch hold of Baba's feet, catch hold of feet tightly, don't leave them until Baba says, allows you to stay with the Mandali members. And as I told you that she had been warned about such a happening, anticipated happening. And the same thing happened. And after that, he wanted to shift over the whole responsibility of taking care on Baba. Baba was so very angry. Baba was so very angry that he told Ares to lift that person and throw him out of the compound of Guruprasad. Lift him and throw him away. That much Baba was angry. And then they were driven out, actually. They were driven out of Guruprasad compound. So these two incidents are there when I have really witnessed Baba getting angry. Otherwise, all the other times, Baba would be very compassionate, very of a forgiving nature. And there was no offense in his eyes which cannot be forgiven by him. It is said that God never forgives hypocrisy. And this hypocrisy, when it is seen in the saintly personalities, then Baba could never tolerate this. But in my whole contact with Mir Baba, I have seen these two incidents where I have seen Baba very angry, very, very angry, really angry. All the other times, Baba used to go displeased, and then he will reprimand that person and then forget about it. He will shift over immediately to some humorous remark, and that used to be very often. But these are two incidents where Baba had really become angry. Now, last time, when Prakash had told me to suggested me to sing a particular song. So I don't think I will be able to, because he is not there perhaps, and it was he who had suggested me to sing that song. Some other Baba's handling of the situation. Baba was very tactful in handling situations. He was a master of masters. Even petty disputes in the family, Baba would put his mind and settle the things. When Baba is in Guruprasad, he would always have very happy mood. Very happy mood, and dealing with the people very casually, with love, with compassion, with forgiveness, and all that. And that is the reason why the period of Guruprasad was a golden period for all the people, all Baba lovers. There were periods of sahavas programs. Last sahavas being in 1958, which was for ladies and gents both. That was the last sahavas in Mirabad. But thereafter, whatever congregations were held, they were held in Guruprasad. As we know that there were darshan programs in 1965, 1962 is the East-West gathering. All these were held in Guruprasad. So Guruprasad had, whenever Baba comes to Guruprasad, he would have very enjoying mood. And he would be very free with the people. And that time, even some petty questions, if they come before him, he will deal with them so tactfully. Once it so happened that a person had committed an offense of earning money by cheating. And it was detected. He was in government service. It was detected, and there was inquiry which was going against him. And that person came, opened this topic before Baba, expecting a help from Mir Baba. And Baba asked him, now tell me whether you have committed this bribery. You have accepted money as a bribery. Tell me. And that person said, no, Baba, I have not done that. Then Baba said to him, you need not worry. Law will take its own course. Law will take its own course. You need not worry. And the law had taken course in putting him in a jail for 1 year. Because it was proved beyond doubt that he had accepted bribery. After, after this 1 year's imprisonment, when he came to Guruprasad and very happily presenting himself before Baba, and Baba pointedly asks him, now tell me, you had not accepted bribe, and this time ultimately he accepted that, Baba, I had done that. I had accepted bribe, and in fact the major share was mine. It was a group sharing, but the major share was mine. So what Baba had said, that law will take its own course. So that law had taken a course, and ultimately that man had to accept it before Baba. Had he accepted it before Baba, when Baba asked him about it pointedly, he avoided to tell. He avoided it well and expect help from Baba. Had he told Baba, then perhaps the things may have been different. These we know among these there is a what they call a particular word for that. Whatever they commit, they will accept in the presence of the priest. Now, when God-man himself is asking you something, if you open out freely before him, then you are freed from the effects of that act. But then if you hide it, if you try to hide it, then of course you will have to. Now that person had undergone a one year's imprisonment, but then perhaps the samskaric effects of that particular act might have not disappeared. They must have remained there. So whenever God-man asks us, you have to open up before him. And when we open up before him, he makes you free from every effect of it. There are so many such examples. If Baba tells you to do something, however it may appear to be bad in the eyes of the people, but you have to carry it out. Because to take you out of the blames, it is Baba's responsibility afterwards. On Baba's say, if you commit anything, on Baba's say, then you don't have to suffer the effects of it. But you do it yourself. There was one beautiful case in Pune. There was a bookseller. He was a young boy and had come before Baba. He was a very smart boy, smart looking boy. And he was high class Brahmin and a good singer. He had given singing program before Baba and Baba liked it very much. And then out of his over eagerness, he asked Baba, that Baba, I want instruction from you for my spiritual progress, what should I do? And Baba said, will you do it, whatever I tell you? And he says, yes, Baba, I will do it. Then Baba gives him instructions. Baba tells him, after you go from here, you start taking liquor. You start visiting prostitutes. And all these things you have to do. And that person, being an Orthodox Brahmin, he said, oh, Baba, this is against our principle, against our religious principles, and it cannot be said as a spiritual instructions. And Baba said, then, all right, you do whatever in whatever way you want. But then for 1 year, you go to Himalayas and then live on begging. That person accepted it. But then he refused to accept what Baba had told him to do. Now, after 1 year or so, when he came back to Baba, all that thing which Baba had told him, he had done it. He refused before Baba, but then the circumstances made him to do all those things. He started taking liquor, he started going to this prostitution, everything he did. And then Baba had said, had he done, I know that his samskaras were such that these things are necessary for his spiritual progress. That is why I had told him to do all these things. Had I done it according to my instructions, he could have been freed from all those samskaras. But by refusing, when I told him and doing it himself, he is bound. This man, I came in contact with this man when I was working in Pune. He was a bookseller. I was working in the education department, and we used to purchase books in bulk, publications, study books, textbooks for the children, and give to the schools. So I was handling that particular subject, and I never knew the story. But then someday I happened to tell this to Erich, and Erich asked me, Pratap, have you noticed anything in his person, in his look? I said, no, he was normal. Erich said, no, just think over it and then tell me whether you have noticed anything on his body. And then I could sense that, yes, he had those white spots on his body. And then Erich told me about the whole story. So this is a handling by Meher Baba. Meher Baba is in knowledge of everything. And according to the setting of Sanskaras, he tells us to do a particular thing which without any question, without any doubt, we have to carry out. If we carry out, then he takes the whole responsibility to make us free from that particular samskaric time. This is a very important lesson that we have to learn from our context with Mir Baba. Once perhaps in Manzilimim, Baba had told perhaps Adi that about 3,000 years ago, at a particular time, what you were doing, I know. After 3,000 years, what you will do, I know. So he all knowledge. Whenever he wants to know something, as a godman, he gets that information through his agents, one may say. So nothing can be hidden from Godman, and that is the reason. That is the reason why he demands obedience, implicit obedience. why he demands it. And if we really start obeying him, we may fail, but then we have to confess. And he will forgive us. But because he forgives us, keep on doing it often, that is also not, that is also not good. Now, anything from your side, so that one last thing I would just like to tell you. There was one problem. A particular problem had come before Baba. A family problem had come before Baba. That person was having about 2 houses, quite one may say higher middle class person, having a lot of money, having worked in a high positions and having accumulated good money, lot of money. That person, he had about three daughters and 3 sons. And once it so happened that for some reason, the matter of distribution of the property came before Baba. And Baba just put a question: what you are going to do with your property, how you are going to distribute it. The answer which was given by that person was, I would say, not a proper answer. What he said that, Baba, it is my self-earned property, and I am free to give it to anybody I want. Nobody can interfere in that. And Baba immediately stopped that topic, put a full stop that topic. In the latter years, the whole family had come into lot of financial problems. Had this matter been settled in Baba's presence, with Baba's consent, then everything could have been very smooth. But because the answer which was given by that person was a very curt answer, they had to suffer thereafter financially. This is in the same way. One more topic which comes to my mind is that there was one marriage was to be settled in Baba's presence, and one member of our Pune center who had gone to Nagar, settled there in Nagar. Later on, he became the member of the trustee. I don't hesitate to tell his name. His name was Rangodi. And there was a problem before Baba that certain names were proposed to marry a girl, in which the name of this person was also there. And about him, Baba had given his opinion that If Rangoli wants to marry, let him. Let him. I won't have any objection. And to this, the reaction of Rangoli was, I would say, very apt, very proper. What Rangoli said is, Baba, you cannot shirk off your hands from this. If you want, I can marry even a prostitute. But you should not make yourself free. You tell me, you tell me. You tell me, if you tell me to marry this girl, I will do that. But you don't leave it on me. If I want, then I can marry. You cannot free yourself from that. If you want, then only I will do. That's a beautiful answer which I had given. So these are small incidents which happened in Guruprasad, and certain times when I keep on thinking about these olden days, so many things come to my mind, and certain times I feel like sharing all these things with you. The whole purpose of our talks or of our sharing with each other is, according to me, that the feel of Meher Baba's love should come to every listener. If we after listening to all these stories, if we really feel his presence in us, in our lives, then that will be a fulfilling a purpose of all these meetings. That is what I feel. I am not just a speaker or a person of very high knowledge, nothing of that sort. Whatever I have noticed or I have achieved by sitting at his feet, one thing is that I was very attentive. I had, while sitting before Baba, I will not have any other thought. In fact, those days I had lots of ups and downs in my life. But even then, when sitting before Baba, everything will be forgotten. And all that love will be filled in our hearts. And that is the reason when I remember those olden days, I feel like sharing with people so that the feel which I had then, that could pass on to all the listeners. That is my whole purpose of these sessions. Now, anything, any one of you? Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. I'm sorry. Hello. I'm no, I am not able to hear you. Just a minute. There is some
Okay,
some technical
yeah,
problem is there.
my fault.
Yes, yes, yes.
You,
Yes,
you
yes.
saw Baba get angry 2 times. Yes?
Yes,
How did
yes.
you feel? How did you feel when you saw that?
This is such a time, such times, even the minds or the hearts of all the people will come under so much of pressure. I told you that even to look at Baba's eyes will be very, 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 very difficult. And when I explain this situation to you, I feel that you should also feel that anger which Baba must have expressed then through his eyes. whatever either happiness or all that situation which we have enjoyed, if that can be carried to the listeners, it will be Baba's grace, in fact. Anything else?
No.
No. Anybody else?
Maybe a song?
Sorry?
Would you like to sing?
Song, you want? Yes, I'll sing one song. Yes, sure. प्रेम में जिसका खून बहाए, गंगा उस पर स्नान करे, प्रेम नगर के वासियों का ईश्वर हरदम डरे। गणिका सदेरा अरे अजाने बागी वाल्मीकि हो पार भये मरा मरा रट लागी निरो मना मेरे गुण मेरो गाना मेरे गुण गाना मेरो मन मेरे गुण गाना मेरो मन मेरे गुण गाना जाके ऋषि मुनि ध्यान धरत है जन्म जन्म नहीं जाना जाके ऋषि मुनि ध्यान धरत है जन्म जन्म नहीं जाना प्रेम के कारण उतरा भूपर प्रेम के कारण उतरा भूपर प्रेम ही से अपना मेरो मना मेरे गुण गाना 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 जो गुणवंत निटारे अवगुण जो गुणवंत निटारे अवगुण तोड़े सकल ज्ञाना तोड़े सकल ज्ञाना वो प्रभु के गुण गावत गावत वो प्रभु के गुण गावत गावत तो है परम पद पाना मेरो मना मेहर गुण गाना 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 कोई भी नहीं बिसरा
Welcome back.
Thank you for the song, Pratap.
Beautiful song.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, I could not explain the meaning of it, but then you must have enjoyed the tune.
I don't
sounded
think it was
beautiful.
one we hear often.
Sorry?
I don't think it was not one we have heard often. I don't think. We have not
Tune is
heard
called
that one
Bhairavi.
often, very much, if at all. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Is it
Yes.
do you know the author? The composer of
No.
the song? No.
Sorry?
Did you compose that song, Pratap?
No, this song was composed by Madhusudan. Even the tune was by Madhusudan. And we often sing this Bhairavi at the end of any program. Because these tunes, Bhairavi tunes are very emotional tunes. And after this Bhairavi, no other song is being sung. This is the last song we sing. And we have Arti also in that same tune, Divya Sanatana Paramadayangan. That is also Bhairavi. So Bhairavi Rag is always sung at the end of any program. And this was composed by Madhusudan. Yes, Madhusudan. So, anyone have any question, query, suggestion, anything to say? And then,
Well,
after 3 times,
you know what? I had a list of things that I would wanted of things, and I had to leave the house, and the list I left at home. But one thing, Pratap, we don't need to know it today. And I know you have discussed your youth in the past, but I wasn't present on those occasions.
Yes.
And it was Betty Lohman was telling me about your youth and that your parents died when you were young. And she tried to tell me what she could recall. And she couldn't remember when you told the story. And I thought, oh, wow, I didn't know. I guess you were an orphan for a time, not without a home. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe next week, if we get together next week, perhaps you can share about that time in your life when you were young. I mean, I don't know how young that happened, but
when I was young, but then in the course of time, as I grew reached maturity, I could start understanding things. But whatever was happening, I used to watch very keenly. And all that whatever has happened there, it has filled up in my brain and in my heart. I have by Baba's grace, I have a very good memory until this time. And whenever I narrate any incident, either in either in Mehrabad or in Guruprasad, I actually see that happening when I'm narrating. I actually experience that sight in front of my eyes, and then I tell the people. So that has been always my practice, and whenever we used to sit there, our whole mind and focus was on Meher Baba. So all that whatever was happening there, I never tried to interpret any of Baba's actions, because that was not for me to even now it's not my job to interpret whatever Baba says. But then I can try to understand what can be what can be any Baba's purpose behind any of his messages or any of his act. That that still is with me. And I said, as I said, that I have very good memory until this time. So whenever, even not only those incidents, but even Baba's expressions at that time, I can remember. So that is the reason how can I carry to the people. I think, am I clear to you now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, thank
yes.
you. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pratap. That was so beautiful. We appreciate it. And we love seeing you every week. We should let you go now, unless you want to speak some more.
Yes. Yes.
Should we
What
have
I,
an artist? Should we have an Arte song? What is the Arte song Rosalie loves so much that she asked you to perform? We don't have
Arti-
Rosalie here to run point for us. Mm. What is that song?
let me tell you that we had really, we were very fortunate, a group of young people in Pune. We were very fortunate to have very close company of Dr. Ghani. And in fact, because of him, that we came closer and closer to Meher Baba. Because those days, Poona Bhajan Mandali was fully dedicated to Meher Baba's cause. It was always ready at hand for Baba to ask us sing any time he wants. And that has been many occasions, such occasions that whenever Baba needed, we were there to serve him through our singing. Yes. Of course, it is His grace, of course. But I feel always, I feel that now many young boys and girls, and they have not seen Meher Baba, but then by their attitude of trying to learn more and more about Meher Baba. See, saying Avatar Meher Baba ki jai is all right. But then when you start reading about Meher Baba's day-to-day life, now Lord Meher is a series of books which contains practically everyday activities of Meher Baba. And if you really study that or read that, then you also experience the same love as we have experienced during our time with Baba. So whether one has seen Meher Baba or not, that is not very much material. Now, those who have seen, it's all right for them. But then those who have not seen, they should not feel themselves to be lacking in something, they can also have the same feeling if they keep on reading and getting lost in that reading. Luckily for all that material we have, because now, will anybody say Avatar Mere Baba 3 times so that we can close today's session?
Okay, let us say it. Avatar Meher Baba
Baba
ki
ki
Jai.
jai.
Avatar
Avatar
Meher
Meher
Baba
Baba
ki
Meher
jai.
Baba ki jai.
Avatar
Meher Baba
Baba
ki
ki
Jai.
jai.
jai. Jai.
Jai
Jai
Baba.
Baba.
Jai Baba.